Hello everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a full health, power armor, heavy gunner build that will pretty much make you invincible once you fully get it leveled up all the way with all the perks. But let's get into it here and I'll explain it. Okay, so let's go over the perk cards first. Now keep in mind I do include a beginner build after this, but if you're going for end game, this is what you're going to want your build to look like and have your stats here. And this is what you're going to want your perk cards to look like. Now, will this build do as much damage as a bloodied railway rifle build? Probably not, but it definitely does do a lot of damage. Here's the legendary perk cards that I use as well. You don't really need a lot of extra perk cards for this build, and I do highly recommend Electric Absorption. And Power Sprinter, you know, it's just an extra one to throw on. It's definitely interchangeable, so if you need to throw on Ammo Factory, Funky Duds for a daily ops, or Master Infiltrator to run a silo, you're good to switch that out. Now here's the beginner build. So if you're just starting out and you're like, you know, get yourself to level 50 and you're starting to build that build, this is what you're going to want your perk cards to start to look like. And you can achieve this fairly early and it will have a good damage output as well. You just got to get good weapons, right? And for the first legendary perk card for a beginner, I would suggest just going with Electric Absorption. Now for mutations, I would just, like, you don't have to have all the ones that I'm showing here, but I would suggest Healing Factor, Herbivore, Herd Mentality, Marsupial, and even Speed Demon would definitely be some good mutations to start with. Obviously, you're going to need a power armor as well. I do recommend the Union Power Armor. I know a lot of us can't get it right now, but the T65 is a great power armor as well. And if you're a beginner, I do recommend the Excavator. I will link a video down in the description to help you get that. And of course you may need fusion cores for this build as well. I will link a video in the description showing you how to get all the fusion cores you would ever want. Now for stuff to have on your power armor, I'm not going to really get into legendary mods. You can pretty much put whatever you want on this. You will be extremely tanky, but if you're going to put some mods on, I definitely recommend calibrated shocks, whether you're having a Union power armor, a T65, an Excavator, an Exo-1, it doesn't matter. You would definitely want calibrated shocks. And I do recommend emergency protocols, although it's not a huge deal because, like I said, you're extremely tanky, so core assembly might be a better pick. And I do recommend the targeting HUD. You can put internal database on if you want to rank up a smidgen quicker, but targeting HUD is actually very nice. It highlights the enemies, so if you have a little bit of trouble seeing the enemies like me sometimes, maybe this is the head mod that you would want to have on your power armor, and it just makes it more convenient to find enemies. And like I said, you will pretty much be invincible with this build. Like, energy weapons won't be able to do anything to you as I'm showing here. Running silos will be an absolute joke with this build. Like, you will not die and they will refill your fusion cores. You can see that my fusion core is full. I only have one there. And my health is full, and this is because of the Electric Absorption card. So this is why I highly recommend you make this your first perk card as well if you're a beginner. This is a very overpowered perk card when you're in a power armor. And just like I said, yeah, you're gonna be invincible. Not just to energy damage, but like explosions aren't gonna really be able to do anything to you. Like regular mobs, like a bunch of ghouls would probably take your health down somewhat quick, but you're gonna have like so much time to stim pack. Like even just letting a behemoth hit me here, I could go into photo mode and I just really didn't have to worry about the health. I just knew that he had no chance of killing me, especially if you have a vampire's weapon. You're just not gonna die with this build. Now, another thing I want to show you guys is when you're in a power armor and you do jump too high, you will have a crash down animation before you can move forward again. Well, if you push the reload button or square on PlayStation, I'm not sure what it would be on other platforms, but if you hit that, basically putting away your weapon or bringing it back out, just before you hit the ground, it will cancel that animation and you can keep moving. So a cool little trick, and you could do this from any height as well. So no matter how high you're jumping, if you're jumping up from the bridge like I am here, just hold that square button if you're on PlayStation and it should cancel it for you. And this is just like an overall fun build. Like Like, VATS Commando is extremely overpowered, but honestly, just running around and aiming a weapon, like this build really doesn't have anything to do with VATS. You're pretty much going to want to be free aiming with this build, and the amount of weapons to use is just crazy. Like, from the pepper shaker to the 50 cal to the Gatling gun, the plasma caster, the Gauss minigun. There is so many fun weapons to use with this build. And like I said, you'll really get to know the weapon because you won't be using VATS. You'll literally just be aiming all the time, and yeah, it's just a different feeling. It's more something that I like, to be honest. Like, I got nothing against VATS. They're extremely overpowered, but it is nice to actually go around and aim stuff. But if you do like the VATS, I do recommend the Gatling gun. It is underrated. I think it's one of the best heavy guns in the game. It just doesn't do as much power as, like, say, a Gatling plasma, but it still gets the job done, and it's just never-ending ammo with regular mobs. And like I said, if you want a bit of an overpowered weapon, maybe you would want to go for, like, an anti-armor Gatling plasma. It'll pretty much take out anything, even a queen or earl. You'll eventually kill them with this weapon. And another thing about this build is you will stagger enemies or cripple their limbs very easily, and they just won't even be able to move to bother you. Extremely overpowered build, everybody. I was having a lot of fun with it today, and I really hope this build helps you, some of your beginners out there, even people that wanted a full health in the comments. I hear you guys, and as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.